Well, good morning, crew, and happy Friday, Junior, aka Thursday morning. So, we've got 4 blocks today, lots of different movements. Block 1 is just going to be kind of like a extra stretch. When we get to block 2 and block 3, block 2 is going to be lots of single arm stuff, and block 3 will be a lot of single leg stuff. When we wrap up with block 4, we're going to hit that core. So again, we got lots going on today, and when we get to block 2 and 3, it's going to take a little longer to explain. So let's go ahead and chat about block 1. 45 seconds per exercise. We start with a roller coaster. So on this one, arms are wide, legs are wide, and your hips are up sky high. That goal is to try and dive underneath the fence line and then pop it back up. That option, take it down to those knees, go under that fence line, and then drive it back up. Again, always finding that range of motion that's good for you. From there, we stand it on up with a kettlebell or that dumbbell. You're gonna give me a halo where you're going around your head without hitting it. Halfway through, we'll switch directions. Again, that's all about that shoulder mobility, so really try to move as much as you can. We then get to kneel to stand. So we have those hips on those heels. Drive up, squeeze the butt, open up those hip flexors, then drive it up, right back down, all the way down. Again, repeat, squeeze, and then we're gonna try to switch those legs, driving that knee up. The last exercise is that full bridge. So we take it back onto our back. That goal is try and come all the way up in that full bridge position, all the way back down. That option here, just give me that neutral bridge as needed. So now that we know everything we got going on, let's go ahead, shake it out, get ready. 45 seconds per exercise. We're gonna do this 2 times through, starting with those roller coasters in 3, 2, and 1. Let's get that roller coaster. Hips high, arms wide. Get nice and underneath that fence line. Drive it right back up. Again, that option, take it to the knees. Drive it under. Coming right back up for that dive bomb. We got about 15 seconds. I like to say, think about sneaking into that concert, you get caught, and you push it on back. And crew, we stand it up for that halo in 2 and 1. Again, that kettlebell or dumbbell, that goal is go around the head without hitting your head. And notice how I'm not moving that spine or going around. You're getting just moving those shoulders to get that rotation in. And we're going to switch directions. So we got that halfway mark. You can keep that core tight so we don't flare up that low back. Looking good. We got kneel to stand next, coming up in 3, 2, and 1. So you go all the way, hips on heels, drive up and squeeze, drive that knee up. Then we take it back down, or swap to that other side. Again, that goal is to just really focus on those hips, warming up that lower body. So we got about 15, and then we're going to those full bridges. So let's get ready to take it onto our back. We've got those full bridges in 3, 2, and 1. Again, we try to drive all the way up, all the way back down. If that's a little too much, just give me that high bridge, right back down. That goal is to feel the butt, back, and legs. And if you want to use those shoulders, that is another option. Now at the end of this, we're going to go back through everything one final time. Again, that goal is just a little bit more of a warm-up than anything else. And crew, we're going to flip it on over, go back into that roller coaster in 3, 2, and 1. Back to that roller coaster. Legs and arms wide. Sinking underneath that fence and right back up. Looking solid, crew. Got a couple more seconds here. We'll go back to those halos. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's get in those halos. Get those shoulders. Laying ball with us. Again, try and get as close to the head. Just don't wreck yourself. When we get to that halfway point, we switch directions. Looking good, crew. We're going to try not to move that body. We're just moving those shoulders around that head. We've got that kneel to stand coming up. In 3, 2, and 1. Kneel to stand. Hips on heels. Grab and squeeze. Take it on up. Hoopta. Hopefully we find that balance. Looking good here, crew. In about 15, we take it into those full bridges. And that option, you can just, that neutral bridge, lifting the hips. Let's take it there in 3, 2, and 1. We got some bridges. And driving it all the way up through those heels, best we can. That option is always staying to those neutral bridges if we need it. Just about 20 seconds. Looking solid, crew. We've got just 3, 2, and 1. Let's take that break. And let's talk about that second round. So, 5 exercises here. Everything's on the minute. So it's been 30 on one side, 30 on the other side. Again, everything is pretty much going to be on one side at a time. We start with a half get up. So if you've never done one before, I recommend putting your shoe on the flat part of your wrist, and you want to perform it without that shoe falling off. If you have, start with that lighter weight, eventually get to that heavier one. So if my left knee is bent, my right leg is straight out, shoulders locked back, I'm going to drive up onto my left elbow, keeping my eyes on that right thumb, and then I just press it up, coming right back down, and then I collapse inward, right? So if I have a shoe there, I want it to balance all the time. If I'm holding the weight, really make sure the eye does not leave your thumb. That way, if you leave, you don't accidentally drive it down. And control back down. Really using that core. After 30 on one and 30 on the other, we flip it over, holding on to dumbbells. We go into that plank row, high plank position, drive the weight up, control it down, 30 on one, 30 on the other. We then get into our kneeling position for that split press. I drive up through that front heel, control back down. Again, if I'm powering up with my right leg behind, my right arm goes up, control it down. So, takes us into that kettlebell or dumbbell clean, where you're hinging back with those hips. Again, you're throwing those hips forward to go into that clean position, right back down. Think of it as like a big shoulder shrug. Again, keeping that shoulder locked. And lastly, we got that power jack, holding onto that weight between those hands, powered up and back down for that entire minute. Again, we'll do this whole thing 2 times through. So stay on that ground, get your shoe or that weight ready for those half get-ups. And crew, we're gonna start it in 3, 2, and 1. Half get ups. Drive up. Squeeze that core. Pressing up from that palm. Dropping it straight down. Again, everything is stacked. Shoulder over that. Shoulder and wrist stacked straight in alignment. As I drive it up. Squeeze. Press it up. And back down. Halfway through, we switch sides in 2 and 1. Switching sides. Again, I need to bring those shoulder blades down and back just a little tighter. Core is nice and tight. We've got that plank row coming up here in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to be in that plank position, knees or toes. Core is tight. Drive that weight up. Control it on that way down. Again, we're getting 30 on one, 30 on the other side. Make sure you're not dropping those hips away from that weight. Rather keep those hips pointed square to that ground. Shoulder over the wrist on the ground. We're going to switch sides in 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Still squeezing that core. Uh-oh. No, don't turn off on me. Oh no. I'm so sorry, Shaymate. Don't let that fell over. About 15. We're going to take that split press next in 3, 2, and 1. Split press. Right knees on the ground. Drive it up with that right arm. Control. Back down. Again, squeezing that butt. Squeezing that core. Looking solid. We switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Again, if you can't go all the way to the ground, that's fine. Get as low as you can. Keeping that wrist straight and neutral. Now that curve around on you. We got just a couple seconds. So we take it into those kettlebell things. Again, you can always use that dumbbell in 3, 2, 1. I hinge it back, snap it up. It's a gentle rotation of that weight. Hinge and snap. Keeping that core tight, butt tight. Common fault here, people will throw their hips to one side. Nay, those hips going straight back. Again, gentle rotation around that arm. If you're using that kettlebell, if you're using a dumbbell, you don't need to worry about that. Switching sides in 2 and 1. Looking solid, crew. After this, we get that minute of power jacks. Solid, solid. Keeping it moving, crew. We got that minute of power jacks in 3, 2, and 1. Power jack. As always, you can step it out and press the weight up. Or if that press is too much, just keep that weight in front of that chest. Looking solid, crew. $30 down, 30 to go. There you go, back to that half get up. Last 15. Crew, we swap back down the ground, half get up in 3, 2, and 1. Half get up. Again, I'm going to keep that weight up, shoulders locked. Exhale as I drive it up. Eye on that thumb. Power up to that palm. Control down, collapse down. Still keeping tight lines as I go. Here we switch sides in 2 and 1. Switching sides. Again, find that control to power up. Lock those shoulders. Press up and collapse down. Here in a couple seconds. We've got that plank low row. In 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. Plank low row. 30 seconds on one side. Keep those hips square to the ground. Core tight. Looking good, crew. We're going to switch sides here in 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. We're going to lock down those hips best we can. We got that split press in about 15. Crew, let's flip it over. We got that split press in 3, 2, and 1. Power it up. Control it on down. Looking solid, crew. In that best effort. Check on squeeze. Simmer down. Woo. We switch sides in 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Yes, crew. Keep that wrist nice and tight. Keep that control. We got just 15 to go to those kettlebell or dumbbell cleans. Let's get ready in 3, 2, 1, and cleans. Again, hinge straight back with those hips. Throw the hips into that powerful shoulder shrug and right back down. Keeping that bell close to the body. Another great option, just a single arm upright row. If this getting a little tiring on you, we switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. And then booty going straight back. Snap it straight up. We got 1 more minute left. That's going to be our power jacks. Okay, crew, let's get this ready. Power jacks in 3, 2, and 1. Power jack. Looking solid. Let's keep that body moving. Looking good. We're fastly approaching that last 30 before your break. Let's keep it happening. Just 15. Whew. Let's double time it if we got it. Crew, we got just 3, 2, and 1. Catching that breath. Whew. So, your next block, similar except this time it's lower body. We're gonna start off with a single leg deadlift and a reverse lunge. So from head to heel, I'm going back, hinging at those hips for a straight line. I come all the way forward, just tap that toe, turn it into that reverse lunge on the same side, tap the toe, back in that single leg deadlift, 30 on one, 30 on the other. Then we got pistol squats. So if you want that chair behind you, so you can keep one knee up and sit down into it, that's great. If you want that challenge without that chair, you're gonna lift that front leg up, and you wanna sit down as low as you can. Still try and keep those hips back, and not really letting your knees collide in if you can, right? So that option there, just have that heel on the ground, and try and go as low as you can, and drive it up. 30 on each side. That takes us down to the ground for a single leg bridge. So, one leg is up, those thighs are equal to it, or greater than each other, never less than. You drive up, squeeze, all the way back down, make sure both hips tap, drive up, squeeze, all the way back down. That takes us into that windmill. Again, if you have that kettlebell, it might work a little bit better, but you can always do it with that dumbbell. So, lock your shoulder up. If my right hand holds the weight, my left hand's on that left thigh, eyes are up on that weight, and I'm reaching by pushing my hips back for the toe, and then drive it all the way up. So again, I'm hinging back at my butt, eyes are on that weight the entire time. I don't let it go, and reach down for those toes, drive it on up. You can always try this without any weight, just to get that form down. That takes us into that final minute, where we got front kicks, kicking through that heel as we snap it, and bring it back. So those are your 5 exercises. Again, everything on the minute for 2 laps. Let's go ahead and check it out and get ready with those single leg deadlifts to reverse lunges. I'm just gonna tap my screen so I can fall asleep again. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, single leg deadlift to that reverse lunge. Again, nice and slow motion on that deadlift. Control for that reverse lunge as low as we can. And if you feel a little wibbly wobbly, that's fine, just give me your best effort. Crew, we switch sides in 3, 2, 1, switching sides. Looking good here. 15 seconds. Then we take it into those pistol squats. Best effort on these pistol squats in 3, 2, and 1. Again, you can always have one heel on the ground, take it down, back up, or lift that knee, sinking as low as you can, drive it up. Again, watch your knees from coming together. Really keep that weight back in those heels if you can, or I guess the heel if you can. We switch sides in 3, 2, and 1, switching sides. Looking good, try and keep that control. Poofed up. A lot of good work for balance work and mobility. Again, you can always keep that front heel on the ground if you'd like. We've got just 3, 2, 1. Take it down to that single leg bridge. Again, leg up, drive through that heel right back down. You can always add bonus weight on those hips getting through it. Otherwise, looking solid, crew. Feeling it butt, back, and leg. Crew, we're going to switch sides here in 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Our next minute is going to be that windmill. Looking good. Again, drive it up. Try to straighten that top leg as best we can. We pop it up. We got that windmill. 30 seconds per side in 3, 2, 1. I'm keeping my eyes up on my right thumb. Pushing the hips back to that right. Reaching down with my left hand. Again, that weight really doesn't move in terms of that shoulder. Just push those hips back. We're going to switch sides here in 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. And everyone's range of motion here. Gonna be a little different. I'm trying to keep my back leg especially relatively straight. Slight bend in that front if you need it. We're going to go ahead and switch it to those front kicks in 3, 2, and 1. Front kicks. We do 30 on one, 30 on the other. Again, you're trying to kick through that heel. Keep those arms up to protect yourself. You never know what's coming. Let's get ready to switch those sides in 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides, driving through that heel. Real quick, not let you fall asleep on me. Looking good. We got about 15. Then we go back into this round, starting with that single leg deadlift to reverse lunge. Crew, single leg deadlift to reverse lunge in 3, 2, and 1. Hinging it back. Keeping those shoulders back, spine long. And then giving that reverse lunge realness. Looking good, crew. Let's switch sides in 2 and 1. Switching sides. Okay. Crew, we got about 10 seconds here. Let's go ahead and get it ready for those pistol squats in 2 and 1. Again, knee up, or you're gonna have that heel just touching that ground. Trying to play with getting nice and low. Getting lots of balance work here. Trying to sink back and down in those hips. We're going to switch sides in 2 and 1. Switching sides. Looking good, crew. About 15 till we go to those bridges. Good job. If you're struggling to find that balance, you are not alone this morning. So let's get ready. Single leg bridges in 3, 2, and 1. Single leg bridge. 30 seconds per side. Looking good, crew. Let's go ahead and switch sides in 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Looking good, crew. Here in 15, we're going to take it up to those windmills. Crew, we take it up, windmill in 3, 2, and 1. Lock that shoulder up, core tight, hinge it back, drive it up. Again, especially as you start going down, eyes are staying on that thumb and that weight. So we can keep that shoulder locked back and it won't pop out on you. Crew, we got to switch sides in 2 and 1. Switching sides. Locking it and dropping it. There we go, just a couple of seconds here. Then we're going to go on those front kicks in 3, 2, 1, and front kick. Again, 30 on one side, 30 on the other. Whew. And then we're done with block 3 at the end of this, crew. Looking good. Remember, you're kicking through that heel like it's going to land on something. Keeping that drive. We switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Okay, crew, let's get ready for that break in 3, 2, 1. Take that breather. Let's talk about your final round. It's going to be a nice little core blaster. All 4 exercises on the 45, 2 times through. We start with that alternating V-up. So if my right arm comes up, that left leg comes up, right back down. I can always bend those knees. Or you can always turn it into that crunch, a little bit more of that bicycle look, because you're trying to get elbow to knee and back down. From there, we're going to go and take those legs up. Knees can always be bent. You're reaching up for that opposite toe, squeezing that core as we go. That will take us into that bicycle crunch, kicking through that heel as we go. And that last core exercise, that double crunch, the option is with that weight. You bring it up, elbows and knees meet, extend it back out, and repeat. Again, we got all 4 of those on the 45 for 2 laps. Let's shake it out, grab that weight if you want it. And we get started here with that alternating V-up. And 3, 2, and 1. Alternating V-up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm trying to get to that V in my hips. Remember, you're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together as you come up. Belly button in that spine. Looking solid. We've got that alternating toe reach coming up next. In 3, 2, 1, alternating toe reach. Reaching up to that opposite foot. Again, squeeze that core as you reach. Knees can always be bent at 90, but you're still reaching up to that sky. No, back stays on the ground. Looking good, crew. Bicycle crunch is next. Crew, we got that bicycle crunch in 3, 2, and 1. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. Again, kicking through that heel. Belly button in that spine to feel that core. You can always take down some intensity by keeping those shoulders closer to the ground and having the legs do a little bit more work. Looking good, crew. Again, squeeze that core. In 15, we take to that double crunch. Crew, let's get ready for that double crunch. In 3, 2, 1, double crunch, elbows and knees. Extend it out. Again, focus on that core being tight as those elbows meet those knees. That option as needed. You can ditch that weight or keep those heels on the ground and work more on that power crunch or sit up. $15, and then we go back to restarting this. Ditching that weight, alternating V-ups in 2 and 1. Alternate that V-up, control it back down, squeeze at the top. Whew. Less than 3 minutes to go today, crew. We got this easy peasy. Looking solid here. Whew. About 15. So good. Alternating toe reach. I don't know if my core is on fire from yesterday or right now, but whew. Alternating toe reach in 2 and 1. Reaching up, switching sides, squeezing that core. Make sure between each rep you're going all the way back down. Remember, with sit-ups and crunches, you're not tucking that chin to lift up. It's like you're lifting up through that chest. Drop 15. Crew, we're going to go ahead and take it on in that bicycle crunch in 2 and 1. Opposite elbow, opposite knee, squeezing it down. Looking good, crew. Ooh, we got just 15. Then we're going to end up on that double crunch. We got less than a minute work to go. Let's take it on home, crew. And in 3, 2, 1. Let's take up that double crunch. Elbows meet those knees. Extend it back out. Again, you always just give me that crunch or sit up with the upper body if you need. Looking solid. Stay with the last 20. Crew, we got that break in 3, 2, and 1. You're done. Whew. That was a fun little single rep, single side type